In 1944, a 14-year-old boy, barely 5 feet tall, weighing just 40 kilograms, was strapped into an electric chair in South Carolina. His name was George Stinney Jr., and today he remains the youngest person ever executed by a modern legal system. This is the heartbreaking story of how a child became the centre of one of America's biggest miscarriages of justice. On March 23, 1944, in the small mill town of Alkaloo, South Carolina, 2 young white girls, Betty June Binnicker and Mary Emma Thames, went missing while riding their bicycles. The town panicked, search parties were formed, and the next morning, their bodies were found near a ditch. The community wanted answers immediately. George Stinney Jr. was a quiet black 8th grader who lived nearby. The girls had reportedly spoken to him the previous day, and that was enough for police. Without evidence, without a witness, without a lawyer, George was taken from his home while his parents were forced to leave town under threats and fear. He had no adult with him, no protection, just a scared 14-year-old. Police claimed George confessed, but there was no written confession, no signed statement, no recording, nothing, just the word of the officers. For decades, historians and judges have agreed this confession was almost certainly forced. George's trial lasted just 2 hours. 2 hours to decide the life of a child. His court-appointed lawyer called no witnesses. He presented no evidence. He did nothing to defend him. The jury, all white, deliberated for 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Their verdict? Guilty. Their sentence? Death by electric chair. On June 16, 1944, George Stinney Jr. was led into the death chamber. He was so small that the guards had to use a Bible as a booster seat so his head could reach the electric chair straps. Witnesses said the mask slipped off because his face was too small. The switch was pulled. 2,400 volts surged through him. George was gone, at just 14 years old. For decades, George's family fought to clear his name. And then, 70 years after his death, the truth finally came out. In 2014, a South Carolina judge overturned the conviction. She ruled that the trial was fundamentally unfair, that George had been denied justice, and that the state had executed a child without proof. George Stinney Jr. was officially exonerated. George's story is more than a tragedy. It is a reminder of the dangers of rushed justice, flawed investigations, and systems that fail the innocent. His case stands today as one of the clearest examples of wrongful execution in modern history. A child accused without evidence, convicted without defense, executed without mercy. Thank you for watching. If stories like this move you, stories that expose the truth behind real injustice, make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Now I want to hear from you. Do you think the death penalty should still exist? Or should cases like this make us rethink everything? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. More powerful true crime stories are on the way.